Stop shopping for properties before you have your financing lined up, and why smart commercial investors secure their capital first. And buying commercial real estate is a very large financial decision for any business owner or investor. Yet many buyers make the same costly mistake. They begin touring properties before understanding exactly what financing they would qualify for. And the most successful commercial real estate investors reverse the process. So instead of asking, what property should I buy? They ask, well, how much capital can I access? And what financing structure would put me in the strongest negotiating position? And that's the simple difference between chasing deals and closing them. So, why financing should come before property shopping? Well, commercial real estate financing is far more customized than residential lending. And loan approval really depends on factors including property type and debt service coverage ratio or DSCR, but also net operating income, borrower experience, occupancy, tenant quality, personal liquidity, credit profile, business financials, but also your loan purpose. So without knowing these variables beforehand, investors often waste weeks pursuing deals that they ultimately could not finance. So financing first will create better buying power. And when financing is arranged before property selection, buyers will know what their maximum purchase price could be and what their required down payments would look like, but also an estimated monthly payment and what interest rate expectations could be and various options, how long it's going to take to close the deal, what your reserve requirements would be, and what property types are eligible for you. So this clarity will allow investors to focus only on opportunities that actually fit their investment strategy. Laser focus. So sellers prefer prepared buyers anyway. So commercial sellers want certainty. And a buyer who already understands their financing requirements has a significant advantage because they're going to submit a stronger letter of intent with reduced financing contingencies and close faster and negotiate with confidence, but also avoid unnecessary delays. And prepared buyers frequently win competitive transactions, even when and if they're not the highest bidder. Financing opens more investment opportunities, and many investors mistakenly believe that they'll only qualify for a conventional bank loan, when in reality, there are numerous commercial lending options out there. So some examples to include that you may not have thought of, but let's start with conventional bank loans. But there's also SBA 7A and SBA 504, and bridge loans and construction financing, and agency multifamily loans, CMBS financing, life company loans, DSCR investor loans, and there's also private capital. And each program serves a different investment strategy. And working with an experienced commercial mortgage advisor is going to help identify the optimal capital source before a property ever gets under contract. Avoid emotional buying decisions, especially when it comes to an investment property. Walking properties first often leads investors to become emotionally attached. And unfortunately, lenders only evaluate numbers and not the emotions involved. So if the financing doesn't work, sorry, but the deal just doesn't work. So starting with financing keeps your decisions objective, but also investment focused. Financing will help you negotiate better. And knowing your capital structure will allow you to negotiate your purchase price and your concessions and the closing timeline and the earnest money and the inspection periods and your financing contingencies. So you're negotiating from certainty rather than hope. Why work with CommLoan? Well, at CommLoan, we access one of the nation's largest commercial lending marketplaces. So instead of relying on one bank and one loan option, borrowers will gain access to hundreds of lending relationships that can compete for their business. And that competition often leads to better rates and better loan structures and faster approvals and more financing options, but also greater certainty of closing. And our goal isn't simply just getting a loan, it's helping you purchase the right property using the right financing. So, the bottom line for the day: the smartest commercial investors don't just shop properties first, they'll shop financing first. And once you know your purchasing power, every property search becomes faster and smarter and more profitable. And before you tour your next investment property, let's talk. I'm a commercial financing expert, and that's what I'll do. I'll save you time, help you negotiate from strength, and dramatically improve your odds of closing that deal. Are you ready to buy smarter? Well, let's discuss your financing strategy before you begin shopping for any commercial real estate project. And I'll be able to show you how CommLoan's nationwide lender marketplace can help you secure the best financing solution for your next acquisition. And I look forward to that. My name is Bill Rapp. I invite you to check out my website, billrapp.commloan.com. You can start a pricing quote as well as schedule a consultation. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.